Christmas movies. They're usually terrible. It's December season and you're probably ready to wear the comfiest and ugliest sweaters to wear around the snowy season. But for me, I live in South Africa, so it's always blazing hot. Hola everyone, my name is Nando, and for today's festive video, I think that it's time that I should really grab my hands on a really bad, corny, low-budget Christmas film that I should really sink my teeth into. I searched through subreddits, top 10 websites, whatever the hell Netflix was releasing. But after searching far and wide, I think I have finally found my perfect match for today's video, and this comes from a movie called A Karate Christmas Miracle. Yes, that is the actual title. It's got the perfect ingredients that I need. It's Christmas themed. It's got a low budget. The reviews are terrible. And it's only available to watch on YouTube for free. So you know we're in for a good one. Now keep this noted, this will be my last video of the year. And I think I need to close off this year for the channel by gathering us together and watching A Karate Christmas Miracle. The movie begins with a mom finishing dinner, so she calls up her son to let him know, but right now he's too busy naming Europe countries and American presidents. As one does? But apparently the boy, named Jesse, is doing this because his dad promised him last year that if he finishes his 12 days of Christmas task, that he's able to get any Christmas gift he wants. But the only gift Jesse wants to have is to see his dad again. But his mom has to reassure to Jesse again that his dad isn't coming back because he's passed away. But Jesse is all in denial as he actually believes that if he completes his 12 days of Christmas task, his dad will come back to them.
Come on. I think dinner's getting cold.
It's always cold, Mom. Dad's a better cook.
Okay, Dick! What did your mom ever do to you? So Jesse is busy doing some karate lessons.
Oh, Jesse, was the teacher, instructor...
You mean sensei?
Yes, sensei. Where is he?
First of all, it's a she. My sensei is a woman.
Okay, Jesse, you can act like a smartass all you want about your mom's mistake, but you still refer to your sensei as an it.
First of all, it's a she.
So Jesse reveals that he's going to stop doing karate lessons and he's going to teach himself on how to get upgraded to a black belt by Christmas Day. Dude, you are still a yellow belt! Getting a black belt takes years to accomplish, and this kid thinks he can just upgrade himself to yellow and black in 5 days' time. My man's delusion is cooked! There's two things in having belief and then shooting straight far into failure, and my boy, you are reaching both right now. We then transition to this woman who looks freaked out by some man speaking to her through a projector, trying to sound all menacing to her. And next to her is a random clown watching her.
Only those that come here tonight, what it's like to be destroyed by someone you thought was exactly like you.
And then all of a sudden, there's mass news coverage about a mass shooting happening in the theater. What? How did we go from young boy wants to see his dad again to woman witnesses a villain monologue and a clown watches her and begins a mass shooting at theater? I'm only 5 minutes into this! But it turns out that it was just the nightmare that Jesse was having, as he believes that the dream ties to knowing that his dad disappeared in the theater. So Jesse's mom goes into his room and we see this big list of what he has to do for 12 days of Christmas, and it's the most random nonsense I've ever seen. Like, would you really consider naming every NFL team a task? Or better yet, naming every baseball MVP from the 2000s to the present? Then there's naming 10 presidents again. Dude is really gonna do well in his history class. Name 25 people from the Bible? The Bible? Yeah, so I've never gone to a church school, so maybe I'm wrong on this, but like, I highly doubt you'll ever be asked that in your whole lifetime. So we get to the scene where we're in this college class and this teacher gives them the scenario where she lets the class imagine themselves as elves in a bar, and Santa got so drunk that he smacked someone's head with a chair. I'm just as confused as you are. And they need to figure out what kind of assault charges that the Santa is going to be charged with. And out of all these adults, you know who gets the answer right? Jesse! Yeah! Jesse, the 10-year-old boy invading a college class still in his karate uniform for some reason and answers the question. What's going on? Why are you here? So Jesse's mom gets to the office with the teacher, and you think this is where they explain why Jesse was interrupting a college class, but no! This goes from a 10-year-old boy who wants to see his dad again, a mass murder happening in the theater, to a full-on murder mystery case. So the mom questions on how the teacher knew Jesse's name and how she knew that the dad was a lawyer, and the teacher begins to push back and get nervous.
When I was 16, I went to a psychic fair and got a reading. The psychic told me that I would get married, have one son, and my husband would go on a journey that would be of a major concern to me. When I asked her for more, she looked unhappy and then refused to tell me anything else. That psychic was you.
So the teacher admits that she used to be a psychic that once helped the police find the several bodies that were found from the mass shooting, and while investigating the incident, she envisions the word karate in her mind. The word karate, that's it!
What?
Karate. I don't know.
Yeah. Jesse's trying to get his black belt in karate by Christmas Day. He thinks it will bring his father back.
It might.
What? What? Huh? Excuse me? It might? So, okay, let me just wrap my brain into this movie. Let me just absorb this movie into my brain, just to understand this. So the father is dead, we presume, and we're trusting our word on a psychic that she has some belief that if Jesse gets his black belt by Christmas Day, there's at least a chance that his dad will come back to him. Is this some Dragon Ball Z lore that I've missed in karate, where if you gather all the different colored belts, you get one true wish? Because either way, this movie is not explaining on how this is possible. They're just like, yes, if he just gets all the colored belts, he might get him. He might get his dad from the grave. So Jesse has another nightmare again, and that dream makes him believe that his dad is still alive.
I need to get that black belt.
I don't want you to get hurt.
Mom, I'm tough. Mom, I'm already on to blue belt.
No, you're not. That's not how this works. We go back to the karate classes, and look, I don't know karate. So if anyone knows karate or has seen how karate works, let me know. But from my eyes, this is the worst form of karate that I've ever seen. You've self-inserted yourself to be a blue belt, and yet you're still ass. Also, he's fighting the same kid in the first karate class. Is there no one available to face him? Maybe it makes sense as to why this kid is just allowed to upgrade belts whenever he wants. The school's got a roster of 2 kids and the teacher is barely bothered enough to train him legitimately. So the mom gets a call from her husband's phone, but it turns out that the caller is not her husband, but instead it's someone else calling her, but we just don't know who it is. Also, the transitions in this movie are hilariously bad as well. Like, this movie can decide if it wants to do a normal cutaway for its movie, or they do my favorite thing, is when they do the quickest fade transitions. It's like they're so embarrassed by the scenes that they've produced that they're just trying to fasten the process and move on to the next section. It's like they're going, and scene. Now fade it out, go, go, go! Oh, that scene was awful, but our budget is limited. Go, 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 fade it out! So the mom tracks the phone to this diner, which helps her meet a man named AJ, who provided her with the dad's cell phone and gives little information, citing that the dad was friends with him and used to help him with legal trouble. But as they're talking, the teacher calls the mom to let her know that her visions have told her that the dad had used the knife in the shootout, but it was not used for self-defense. Ooh! Spooky! And then we have the mom's friend babysitting Jesse, and she asks what's the meaning within every belt in karate, and he begins to explain everything, and for some reason the editor of this movie just decides to edit the visuals of Jesse's explanation with some funky ass awful filters. The editor was probably just as bored as I was and just wanted to find fun for himself while working on this. I hope that $25 in a handshake was worth it, my man. So we go back to the teacher, and it's revealed that the dad was not using a knife in self-defense, he was using it to teach people some self-defense classes. That is so anticlimactic and underwhelming. Also, I thought he was a lawyer. Now he's teaching self-defense classes? This was never brought up before. But I guess the dad just has a secret double life from his family where he just teaches self-defense classes and just didn't bother to tell his family about it? This dad's a weird dude.
Tell your mother. Then you must remain silent until Christmas Day. That's the day you earn your black belt.
What the hell? What is this movie?
I have to remain completely silent from now until Christmas Day and focus on only one thing, getting Dad back.
Speechless. I'm speechless. You have me speechless. Hey mom, I need to get Dad back. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Well, kind of good at this. Nah. This is terrible.
That's crazy because I thought the exact same about this movie.
Jesse? 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 Look, Jesse.
Dude, where are your other clothes? This mother has been called out for being rich, and yet she clearly doesn't have the wealth to afford another set of clothes for her own child. So Jesse wins yet another belt by beating the exact same kid who has not leveled up his belt since they fought. So really, is it even fair for these two to still be fighting? So for this entire movie, it's just been the mom and the teacher trying to investigate on what happened to the dad, and after many moments of vague visions, endless amounts of talking and talking and talking, some drinking, more drinking and talking, all of which has led to no further additions in helping their cases, might I add. And all of this build-up, all 1 hour, over an hour of this build-up in trying to figure out and solve the case, you know, because it's called a murder mystery, trying to figure out what happened to the dad. All that build-up was just leading to nothing. I'm serious. I'm serious. Because you want to know what happened? They just accepted that the dad is dead. And they're just going to have to accept and move on from it. What? Huh? That's it. No, that's... No. No. Huh? Take a shot every time I've said the word huh, but seriously, you do it near 1.5 murder mystery movie just for the mystery to be solved? With acceptance? Acceptance that he's dead? That's not how it works in this genre. You made me sit through this mindless and endless minutes of these women constantly yapping and drinking to each other with making little to no effort in finding evidence, and it just leads to them accepting and giving up. What the fuck? I feel pranked. I feel like I was pranked to watch this even though I wanted to watch this on my own accord. But look, it's fine. It's just fine. We're 5 minutes left into this movie, ending off. So let's just move on.
What you've done for me and Jesse is wonderful.
I haven't done anything.
You're damn right you didn't. Pretty much sums up this whole movie. So the family celebrates with a Christmas dinner, and Jesse proceeds to do the most vile-looking push-ups that I've ever seen. How do you believe that you're ready for a black belt, but yet this is how you work out at home? Make it make sense! So Jesse gets ready to finish his last task from obtaining his black belt. And that's when... The dad is back! The dad is just back! From thin air! He just pops up out of nowhere straight after Jesse finishes his last course of becoming a black belt. So in theory, a movie theory might I add, Jesse resurrected his father from the dead by cheating his way in the karate system to achieve himself a black belt that was claimed to have helped Jesse achieve his wish of getting his father back. I cannot believe I just constructed that sentence out of my mouth. But look here, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because he's here now and he's alive. That's wonderful, that's great. So can he at least explain as to why he disappeared for so long?
It's a true Christmas miracle.
You bitch! We've been bamboozled! They had us all fooled! They had us actually believing that there was going to be an actual ending to this movie! But nah! The dad just comes back from the dead! Credits! Am I being rage baited right now? Was this the movie's purpose? Because if so, it's working! It's really annoyingly working! And that was a karate Christmas miracle. The reviews are right! This movie sucks! Like, folks, I think I have actually found the worst movie on this channel. Like, generally, I don't think we're seeing another movie surpass this. I'm a guy that can deal with the bad movies, but to me, I can just sit through any movie and be fine with it, but this takes it a few steps too far. The plot is nonsensical. The first half of this movie is just like, haha, this movie's kind of silly. And then the other half is just nearly passing me out because nothing was happening. The plot was nonsensical. The first half of this movie was just, haha, this movie's kind of silly. But the other half was nearly passing me out because nothing was happening. And even worse, it all built up to nothing. $1.5 million gave us an hour and a half of aimless walking and talking, and then the dad just shows up due to the kindness of the karate gods, offers no explanation, and the movie ends. Man, screw this movie. But that's just my fault. I asked for this. I asked for a bad Christmas movie. But like, come on. I just thought it'd be fun bad. Why did you waste an hour and a half of my life kinda bad? But that's all from me, folks. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, give it a big thumbs up and comment down below what movie you'd like me to review next, and subscribe now as we're on the road to 95 subscribers. And for past viewers that have been watching my channel for a while, look what we got here! We got a new mic! Yeah! You guys can finally hear my voice quite clearly again, I hope. Thank you guys so much for the support and your patience, because I know I don't showcase the best visual quality in my videos, but understand I only started this channel at the beginning of this year and I don't really have the budget right now to pull off all the expensive equipment to make this all adjustable. Just give it some time please, as I've been saving my money on a new laptop that I've been using to record the last 2 videos and using it for this new microphone over here. So please, all I ask is for your support, your patience and your feedback, because it really helps my motivation to keep improving with these videos. This is probably going to be my last video of the year, so Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you all. Thank you guys so much for watching me, whether you've been here from the beginning or watching me quite recently. Thank you for taking the time to watch a small YouTube channel like mine as I continue to try and improve and entertain you guys through my content through and through. And until next time!